It's wonderful to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I haven't done one of these things in so long, like 7 years. So I'm like so nervous to be here. No, but you know, in my head, I'm thinking like everybody's going to expect me to be like so good. I'm going to try to be decent. and if I play a note that I might not have intended to, then
Yes.
yes, thank you, thank you.
This is just warm up, like bonus time. We still have a few survivors in the pancake room. So just relax and continue doing what you're doing.
Okay, so I'll just continue speaking.
Yes, but this is not the official clinic yet.
No, okay, so okay, good.
To prove it, I will do this. Standing up. Yes.
It's good. I like it to be casual.
Continue with some Kiss riffs.
Some Kiss riffs. Oh, wait.
Or don't.
But Mr. Speed's a good one. What's the one in Flaming You? Sweet Pain,
Yes.
right?
Sweet.
Pain.
Oh, great song.
I love it.
It's your Gabai's favorite. Sweet Pain.
Yeah, no, but so I want this thing to be just like a fun hang.
Yes.
Not like I don't really kind of even want to be on a stage. I just want it to be like a barbecue when everybody's having a good time.
It's a freaking guitar camp.
Yes, free guitar. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's I'm so happy and honored that Maestro here.
But the note stand is not up yet, so don't say anything that you have to say twice.
No, I won't. I won't.
I'll get rid of this. Sorry. I'll be back.
But yeah, so we're just gonna have fun. I was telling Santu when we had pancakes that for a long time I had it was difficult because I put impossible demands on myself to play live. Like you always got to be the greatest ever, and and it kind of takes away the fun of playing. And it's like if you everybody makes mistakes. I mean, hopefully at a minimum, but So I guess my point is don't take it so serious. I mean, it's not heart surgery. It's just music. And I'm not making excuses because I'm going to play bad. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying, right? So it's going to be fun.
Almost there.
Okay.
So funny. What's wrong with me?
Yeah. The oath, right?
The oath,
Something like that. I don't know.
It's almost up. But first, Bibi Kaka someone.
Almost time. So wish I wrote that. And you guys were amazing this afternoon. Me and Matt, we were standing in the back and listening to you. It was incredible. I was telling somebody, I feel like I became twice as good just by being physically here. Amazing people, so yeah.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Play a strange chord. Anything, just random. Just it's not strange.
Okay.
That's a good melodian.
But
It's nice.
that's not strange.
Nice.
It's putting me on the spot here.
We like nice. Ladies and gentlemen, the magnificent, after much talking and therapy, and there he is, the legend, the myth, Rob Marcello.
You guys are much too kind, but thank you. And so first I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do. When Matthias asked me, I was super psyched. Again, honored that I get to come back. But I'm like, stuff I played when I was here last time, I kind of don't really play like that anymore. As much. Does that make sense? Because it's so much work. That's the other thing when you play guitar. I always try to make stuff as easy and comfortable as possible.
Right.
You know?
And it's not true.
No, but I mean, but you know, it's like I've learned that like the most difficult lick I avoid live. You know, it's better to just make it easy and comfy.
Yeah, well.
Does that make sense?
No, not coming from you, it doesn't make sense.
You're setting the bar so high, I'm going to start playing there. Well, he's not that good. But yes, I figured I play some solos that I like from records that I've done. And I hope you enjoy them. And at any time, feel free to, well, maybe not interrupt when I play.
Stop.
Yes. But like, if you have questions about anything, you know, please don't hesitate. I'm an open book. And again, I just want it to be comfy, cozy, and fun.
Yeah. Is it okay then to maybe break down some parts? How did you do that, or don't you have any clue?
Yes, no, I might not.
Yeah,
We'll
okay,
see.
yeah.
Try.
Then might be like, okay, I want to try this. Are you in standard tuning?
No,
Okay.
down a half.
Great. Dissonance. No. It's more interesting. Contemporary classical music.
Yes.
You do it together. So.
Would that be a minor second? If I played my A string and you played an A string that was full fourth, that would be a minor second.
Yes.
Dissonant.
Yeah.
Or is my theory completely off?
No, it is. That's a flat.
It is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why the half step down?
Oh, because, well, the good question.
Singing or
I don't know. Van Halen always tuned down the half step.
that was because of the singing. I believe that David Lee Roth couldn't sing that high, so
Okay.
that's what I read somewhere.
It does sound a little heavier, I think.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, thank you. But no, it's just always been the way in the band. And Ingve, yes. But that's why. So and maybe that's. But I can't really change the backing track.
No. It doesn't matter. It will be more interesting.
So yes, but I'll just play. I'll play a solo, and then we get the festivities starting.
I can do this if you like, and when you're done, I can turn it.
So what should I start with? I'm going to start with this one. And this is tricky because there's like a little break before the solo, and there's no click, so I hope I can come
Okay.
in right.
The human click.
Yes. So here we
Is it
go.
in time?
Yeah, it should be. Okay.
We will be your click.
Okay, that's good.
The backing track is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the song is,
Are you ready?
I have plenty. I come prepared.
Yeah.
I come prepared.
Listen,
All right,
word of wisdom, come prepared.
here we go.
Yes, good, you did it. You did it. That's great.
Thank you.
I can help. If you feel like you want to play yourself,
Thank you. Sorry, the first take was your sound check,
yes.
you know. But yeah, that was a song called "You Crossed My Heart." We have a band called The Defiance.
Very good.
Oh, thank you. The some of the current and former members of Danger Danger. And we just put out our third record now in June. It came out, and so that was from the last record, not the most in the new one, but the one in the middle. We have 3. So that was that, and I like that solo because I got to play the, what do you call it, the Joshi?
Look at me, I have no clue.
Japanese pentatonic. It's just good. We do it in E. I love that sound, so I got to put that in there. And it's cool. We do it. I love that sound, that tonality. It's so cool. So it's you guys probably know it, but it's called Japanese pentatonic, I think, right? Hirojoshi, yes. So D would be D, F, F sharp, not D, F, A, and B flat. And I learned you can always bend up the minor second if you go like but as long as you pick it up, like with the, for bend the, and then land on the, it doesn't sound that, strange. But if we, that kind of sound. I think it's cool.
Yeah, very cool. You think it's cool too?
Oh, thank you. This is so scary, man. And all the cameras, man.
It stays offline.
Okay, stays offline, right? You have no Wi-Fi here.
No,
Okay, it's offline. Good.
There's no tape in it either. Memory cards are confiscated.
Okay, that's
Just
good.
red light.
Good, good.
But if you want to warm up, you can just play a whole song. If you don't, we wouldn't mind. I think.
I know, that's the problem. I don't have any whole songs that I wanted to play. I have a whole bunch.
So low.
Yeah, no, but I said that, thank you for saying that. I have a whole bunch of that stuff, but I felt like it's not really how I kind of play anymore.
Oh, so what happened? Oh, sorry.
I guess I played the same 3 licks for 25 years, so I figured there's got to be more to it. No, but first, it's so much work.
What do you mean?
No, but to keep up technique and stuff, of course it depends on what you're playing, but I don't know, it's just different kind of stuff interests me, and I felt like,
I think in a way, Bo, you speak about a different thing. You would like just to hear a song with vocals and just a tune.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I refer,
Yeah,
Rob, to all your extreme sweeping and swooping and shredding.
Okay,
back
yeah.
He can do whatever he wants, but
Yeah.
Then
But I
he
think
touched
Bob
upon the
thinks-
subject of which is interesting because you never hear top guitar players say that they're kind of tired of having to stay at the top level, because that's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
I can imagine, real so.
I mean, for me it's a lot of work, and I'm sure for some guys it might not be as much,
Yes, it is.
But,
You know,
and it kind of doesn't. I'm not just not that into that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah, it
Yes,
does.
it
It
does.
does.
So I figured I'd play some stuff that I feel like kind of represents more of like how I want to play.
And you mean it's playing different styles, or
Yeah, maybe not so sweepy swoopy and you know.
have you heard some of the were you here many years ago?
no? I haven't.
Yeah,
Not
no,
often.
okay. Because it was insane things that you have to practice 10 hours a day to.
Yeah.
Because it was like instrumental stuff with all the sweeps
Yes,
and the
yes.
swoops, and you can't pick up the guitar and do that. And it's I mean, I spent my teenage years with this. I can't do it anymore. I don't give a shit. I'm not interested. So you move on.
Oh, it's nice, refreshing, and honest to hear
Yes.
a guitar player say that.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, it's like if it's a beautiful day. I mean, I'd rather go for a walk or in the summer go swim than like
Practice the swoops.
practice
You
the
practice
swim.
swoops.
Yeah,
Yes.
than to sit with the metronome. You know? And music that I like to listen to isn't really like that kind of music. Like I like pop music and So that's kind of why I like all kinds of music. I think the worst thing is to have tunnel visions. I think there's something good in almost all kinds of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's so much work, and I'm not 20 anymore, man. It's hard to do that.
Yeah.
I think you're quite technically tipped up anyway, but also it's boring to do the same thing, even if you could pull it off.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I've done that, been there, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't remember all the fake things and all that stuff.
I do.
Yes. I mean, it's a different job. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm like the biggest fan of Matthias. He was in a band called Fate. You guys probably know, but that album, Scratch and Sniff.
I was 19, I needed the money.
It's greatest guitar playing I ever committed to tape. It's a very dear place, my opinion. So thank you, sir, for having me.
And I can't play the Fate stuff anymore. Then I would have to practice like a maniac for a week before I showed it to you with all the long picking runs and everything. Of course you can, but sometimes why bother? This is not who I am today. But I know how to play it. But then I go, oh God, fuck the 8-string. Give me a single coil and lots of distortion. But of course it's doable. But why?
Yeah, and it's kind of too like to play, you know, no matter what level, but I'd be like on top all the time. It's like I don't know if necessarily that gets on the radio, man. So you know, you play that for somebody and go, oh, man, can you play a song? And you go like, dude, you're really good. So I think like a happy medium. Like it's kind of where I'm at, you know. Of course, I love technical guitar playing and all that stuff, but and it's like a never-ending, you know, thing. Always trying to get better, and I wish I could play right away the things I hear in my head. So of course you need to have technique for that, but I just try to apply it in a different way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I spoke to you know, Jeff Loomis.
Yeah.
I talked to him before the camp, and so again, I'm a hired guy, and I can't devoid from the touring schedule of our enemy.
Yeah.
But he has to practice for hours and hours every day just to live up to the lowest expectations.
Yeah.
Same with a guy like Petrucci. Practice and practice and practice. I would drop dead of boredom just to do that. I want to make music, and if I'm sloppy, I'm sloppy. But then, hey, I want my money back. You missed the note. And so on. So.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and I think it's all just. It comes down to, you know, what you want to do and what brings you the most joy when you play guitar. Because that's the thing, it should be fun. More than anything. You know, the first time you learn how to play a chord, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to get back to that. Because for me it almost became like it almost became not fun to play, because I always felt like the expectations that I put on myself was like unreasonable. Like everybody can have a bad day, or maybe your picking is not as super great as you wanted it to be that day, or whatever. It's like, and in the end, the world continues to spin and nobody cares. So, but that's kind of where I'm at, if that makes any sense. That was a long answer. Yes.
Is there anything that you found that gives you that like joy? Like what brings you that like feeling of being, you know, first time?
The most was, for now, it's like I kind of stepped away from music and I started working at a school. For me now, it's just not having any musical obligations. To just be able to pick up the guitar on my couch when I want to and try to learn something that I'm not good at, or which is a lot, but just that feeling, it's fun again, you know.
So what do you play then?
What's that?
What do you play when
because
you're
it is fun. It is fun.
And what are you playing when you're sitting on the couch
Yes,
doing what
what I'm playing, it could be anything. You know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I'm not good at, so I work on that. But yeah, but then it's just, you know, it's just me and the guitar, and it's my therapy, and it's a great time. And I love making and playing music with my friends, of course. But you know, when there's no like pressure, yeah.
That's what you said when we spoke. It's so good just to, you know, fuck it all and play because it's fun. To just sit on the sofa and play for fun.
Yeah.
And without all the bollocks of show business.
Yes.
Wrote new songs.
Yeah, exactly. Write music, have fun. Why did you pick up the guitars in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, some picked it up just to be famous and blah 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 and so on. But hey, I guess we have a passion for music.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's why I picked up the guitar because I loved it. It made me so happy. Now, of course, if you could be in the Rolling Stones, that'd be a nice bonus or something like that. But you know, that was not the number one reason why I decided to become a musician. But I can play another solo that I like.
Yes.
Yes.
We like that too.
Can you put the guitar louder?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the guitar. For us with the playback, the playback was too loud, or the guitar was too.
Okay, well we'll try this, and we can make adjustments too.
Sound check.
Sound
And then
check.
you get it's a bonus. And I say, yeah. Again.
And again, thank you for asking questions.
Hey, questions.
Don't hesitate about anything, you know, guitar related or anything related. Let's do this one. I like.
Tilt this way for this side.
I can do that, yeah. Now I show you why I messed up in the beginning. And I tried to do that. What I wanted to do, but instead I went, because that's a good way to do it. But I don't want to do that. I wanted to sweep, not do that. That's why I got a little messed up.
Robba, jag tänkte så du vrider lite så
Yes.
man ser lite vad.
Then maybe I can get it right this time. For some reason, it's so much easier on my couch.
Is the couch far away? Maybe we can bring it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. All right, we'll try it again. Oh, and this song is called Stay, also from the same record as the one before. Okay, and I gotta turn this up. See, I keep forgetting. I'm not very successful today. This is tricky.
Play the whole song now.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want that. Here we go. That sucked. Do it again. Something like that.
But
Man, live is hard.
sorry to bother you again, but does it still give you satisfaction? Because it looks very, very fluent, and if I would play that, I'd enjoy myself, and I can imagine that you would enjoy yourself
No,
playing
I
that.
do. When I get it right, I really do.
Okay.
But it's a little tricky. That one is a little tricky. For me, obviously. Since I messed it up. But I got it kind of right. And that one is it's a little tricky, but yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit what's the process to write a solo like this one, for example? Like which parts to improvise and which parts you maybe sit down and think about? Or?
I usually, I get the track and then I do like maybe 5 or 6 different takes. And then I listen, and if I find something I like, then I keep that, maybe and build from that or see how I can go to that. And some days it's quick. And other days it's like, oh man. I'm going to play next my favorite solo from the new record. And that song, I had such a hard time coming up with anything. I thought it sounded good. I was going like, I'm the worst guitar player in the world. Nothing sounds good. But in the end it turned out to be my favorite solo. If I can get it right. But I'll try.
But you always compose a solo, never improvise or part of it on records of live or?
No, yes, I love to improvise, but I like to have. It's good to have something scripted, and then you have like a really good day. You can, venture outside of that. I like to have something that I know that I can stick to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
And like a lot of players, like with songs, guitar solos sounded like songs within the songs that I always like. And maybe some guys can improvise and it's just like one take, boom, it's the greatest thing, I don't have that gift, but sometimes the process is a lot quicker, and other times it's like nothing good comes. And I think when you have one of those days, it's like it's better almost to just leave it and come back to it another day, because so much is mental. It's like now I play these things, and I'm not just saying this, rehearsed so much at home these last couple of days, and it's like, fine, this is easy. And then when you sit here, your nerves and everything, and I'm like, I have terrible OCD and everything, so when I feel like it's scary to play guitar, you make the mistakes you would never make if you just felt comfy. And I can rehearse forever, and still if that little guy in here starts messing with me, then it's really difficult. And again, especially when you feel like you gotta be super great. But now I'm old, so I don't care as much, If I make too bad, I can just start over. That's the beauty of the thing. You can't really do that on stage, or live, you know what I mean?
You know what was it about the song that made it hard for you to find?
It was the chord progression under the solo. And I couldn't come up with anything. I tried to come up with something that was clever and cool, but I didn't like anything. And that's another problem when you record, not you, but when I record myself. I probably threw away so much stuff that was probably really good, because I'm like, I know I could hit that one note a little bit better. So that's why I think it's so good to have somebody with you, another set of ears.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
You can go like, dude, what's wrong with you? That was great. Oh, but I kind of felt like my pick felt funny. Yeah, but who's going to hear that? Those kind of things. So, did I answer the question?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yes?
I just wanted to ask because I just noticed a melodic approach in the solo. We had Jack Gardner on Monday, and he was talking about different perspectives on approaching intervals for soloing, etc.
Amazing player.
Yeah, he's really good. And I used to have a lot of problems coming up with solos because when I write a chord progression or hear a chord progression, my approach is basically trial and error. So I try out different things and I waste too much time. So I just wanted to ask, do you have some sort of approach? So when you hear a song, are you like, oh, okay, I was playing over that chord progression and I have an idea how to approach it? Or do you just try out a bunch of different things? What is kind of your approach to compose, because that was fast, but it was extremely melodic and it was very catchy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so
it's that same kind of thing. I just kind of try a bunch of things, and it kind of like you said, sometimes it could be a waste of time, but also sometimes when you just try stuff, you stumble upon something that's like, wow, that was cool. So and also I think, you know, if you feel very good, you're in a good mood, a good headspace, stuff comes way easier. You know, the worst is, for me at least, is when you have pressure and you feel like my head is like empty and like this got to be done by now and I'm like, well, I got nothing. You know, and so that's kind of why I like to not, you know, play guitar as my job all the time. You know, I just like to play for fun. Now, unless Judas Priest calls me, then I want to play guitar. I love that. Love Priest.
Heads are gonna roll.
It's so good, so good. But anyway, I'll try to play this song. This song is called "So Good," but I don't want to say this is so good because it sounds weird. But I'll play the solo. And if it turned out not great, then we can always do it again. It's so nice, you know, I broke the ice by starting over once. Then it's like, now it's done. You can do this all the time. Well, I hope not. Anyway, here we go. One day I'm gonna make a man. Or something like that. Thank you. So that one turned out good, and I was just playing around and I came over. I was like, God, I like that beginning. Yeah, the Chuck Berry lick. That's like the first string skipping lick. You gotta skip from the E to the G string, so. But that's a good lick, man. Not mine, but in general. So then that kind of fell into place. Yes?
What's your approach to songwriting? Would you rely more on riffs or a chord progression?
I think both. Riffs are good.
Pretty clear.
So I think good. And now, being a guitar player, we tend to kind of write riffy. I'm speaking for myself, maybe I should say. You know. So yeah, I think both. And sometimes you stumble upon a really nice chord progression and you know, build a song around that.
Because if you rely too much on riffs, maybe you can write a million riffs on A or E, and it doesn't make the song progress as much as with some kind of chord progression where you can build up some tension, maybe.
No, that is true. That is true. And I have a lot of riffs that never went anywhere because of that. I didn't know where to go with them. But to answer your question, a little bit of both. Any other questions?
Who is some of your favorite guitarists?
Randy Rhoads, George Lynch, I love Warren DeMartini, Rat. I love Bruce Boyer, Racer X, and Paul Gilbert too, of course. Vinnie Moore,
Yeah.
Greg Howe, Joey Tafoy. I mean, all the shrapnel guys, just phenomenal players. But Warren DeMartino from Rat, I love his playing. And I mean, Jake E. Lee too, of course, is phenomenal. I mean, there's so many great players. Eddie Van Halen, of course, but it goes without saying. And of course, Jeff Beck, but that's like goes without saying too. You know, it's hard. Like when someone asks, "What's your top 5?" It's impossible because it's inspired by so many. Anything else? Yes.
Would be possible to break down the solo you just did, to show them all small pieces.
Okay, yes, I can break it down. I think those are the chords. So first is Chuck Berry. I like that one. I'm gonna do it again, slow, from the beginning. So it's Chuck Berry, kind of. I fucked up Chuck Berry. So that's the first part. Should I play the second part?
Yeah.
The second part is... It's hard slow. I think it's something like that. But yeah, that's it. I think I can play it better than I did the first time. Can I play it again? Yeah. Up to speed. And then you guys might go, we don't like that solo. Play something else. We don't want this. We don't want that.
One day I'm gonna make a One day I'm gonna make a
That was a little better. Maybe I don't know. So any other questions?
When you got to that point where you joined the rhythm riff for a second,
Yeah.
was that like something like just came? You just got to it just came to you in the moment? Or
Yes, yes.
right?
That was
'Cause
spontaneous.
It fits like exactly with the ending of that. whatever
Yeah, no,
is.
that did. And also after that, between those two licks, it's like this little guy. How does it end? Sorry, going into that because it sounded so empty going. So it's like needed like these 3 extra notes to make the transition smooth. Sorry. That kind of thing. That's tricky too for me, man. I'm not much of a tap. I'm not good at it, I should say. Not no, but oh, okay. Yeah, so it was this. And at first I just had, and it sounded so disjointed, like it wasn't flowing. And I kind of solved the whole problem, just 3 extra notes. No, but you know what it's like when you play, you don't want it to be like stop, everything starting on the 1 all the time. There's nothing wrong with it, but I thought you started flowed better. So that's kind of that. And any other questions? Yes, sir.
Do you ever switch pickups when you're soloing?
You know, when I was young, I used to always, when it was solo, it was neck pickup.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that, but I think on this record, I think I used to neck pickup twice. Because I love the sound of the bridge pickup, the treble
that one
pickup.
sounds fucking great. I mean, yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man, it's so scary to sit here and do this. And you know what's funny? I never play these songs live ever, so this is like the premiere. And I get to start over when it gets banged up, so that's good. No, but I kind of, that was another thing, like what you were asking, but I'm like, I changed that too, like I want to play just as much bridge pickup as I can. Because before it was every time it was a picking lick, neck pickup, and I love that sound.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sound. I love it. But I've done that like on so many other things. So I'm like as much bridge pickup as possible. Yes, sir.
Can I ask you what your bridge pickup is?
Oh, this is the stock comparison.
Okay.
And this one too. Yeah, I think they sound great.
Absolutely.
So. I used to put, I love the Marcello tone zone, but this guitar sounds so good, so I didn't want to mess with it. Yes?
Since when did you start using comparison guitars?
I think my polka dot is probably like 15 years old. So yeah, for a long time.
Do you play comparison because of Matthias?
Of course. But I play them because I think they're fantastic guitars. And they stay in tune great, they're great people, they sound great, it's, you know, I'm very, very happy. And I love this finish too. It's good. Yes?
Yeah, so can we expect like a Rob Marcello pop album with a few solos? Because I think the harmonies and the melodies would translate perfectly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, you know, I just gotta get back in that mindset, you know. And I don't mean to sound like I've retired from music, that's not the case at all, but still, you know, I record at home and we'll see where it ends up. At least I know one person will listen to it, so that's good.
I'm just kidding.
2, okay, good. Now I have some. Okay, that's great. Now I have some incentive to keep writing.
Yeah, because when I listen to the solos, they're very singable and they're very
memorable.
So, I mean, because of the melody, so I think it would really translate well. So.
Oh, thank you. I have to give a lot of credit to Bruno, the bass player, Danger and the Defiance, and he's the main songwriter. Because we've been playing for so long together, he's so talented, and I so respect his opinion. He's my best friend too. And there were times when I would record something, you know when you have one of those days when you're like, I can't play bass. It happens to me very rarely. But I would record something, and I had one of those days, and I was so psyched. And I go, this is the best thing I've ever recorded. He's like, I don't think it was, man. That was really not the best you ever played. So, you know, we have a very, very respectful, fun, you know, relationship when we work. But he was the one who really said, you know, he used to call these, don't do too much Stockholm. He meant like, you know, that kind of neoclassical thing. It's too much Stockholm right now. You know, so that actually helped me a lot. Like, how I approached the guitar and solos, to play more melodic, you know. And I never like really looked at myself as like a melodic guitar player, but that's a huge compliment. And I saw a review for the new record, and they said very melodic guitar player, and I was like, that's cool, you know, versus being like another, you know, shred guy, which is awesome too. But I was like, it's cool to be melodic.
Rob Marcello.
Yeah, Pop Marcello. Yeah, like I'm onto something here. Oh, and I forgot too, favorite guitar player, Gary Moore, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Michael Schenker. But that solo, we were talking, Empty Rooms.
Yeah.
That's like so That's like my favorite kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, Gary Moore, amazing. Yes?
So do you still, like, do you transcribe a lot to collect your repertoire, or how's that approach? Do you learn many other people's solos and then it got through your own filter and then?
Not so much. I think when you start playing an instrument, I mean, you learn a bunch of stuff from all kinds of different sources and songs, and you kind of mix it all up, and it becomes your own sauce. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Like as far as your playing style goes, but not so much anymore. Like I said, and it sounds like I'm like this grumpy old guy who's. Don't get me wrong, I love playing guitar, I love music, but I just, I don't really enjoy, like, for example, playing cover gigs. It depends, you know, but like, if it's with my best friends, we have fun, but when it feels like a job, it's like, no, I'd rather have a day job. Doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I've done that other stuff so much and I love it, but I'm like, it's nice to go to work, come home in the afternoon, and you're like, I have all day off. I can do what I want. If I want to play guitar, I can, and if I don't, I don't have. It's not an obligation to pick up. And sometimes I do, like when I feel like I can play good, I put on some of my favorite stuff and try to learn a new lick or something. And now it's great when you have the slow downing things. You know, when I was young, you had a turntable. You had to like put your finger on it, but then of course the pitch was all wrong. So if you had a Floyd Rose guitar and you had to retune it, I was like, so yeah. No, but I do that sometimes. That was a long-winded answer, but yeah.
Yeah. So that most recent album, when was it released?
June.
But are you planning on touring or gigging with it?
I mean, if somebody wants to pay. No, but you know, that happens a lot in music. Somebody goes, hey man, you guys are great, you want to come play? Yeah, it's going to cost this. What? You want to get compensation?
Oh yeah.
Now I'm being very drastic. And that happens a lot too, like somebody will write you and go, hey man, can you play a solo on my album? Somebody, a complete stranger. And I yeah, maybe. It's going to cost this. What? So I'm like, wait, you're asking me for a service, and I have to defend wanting to be compensated for provided service. How does that make sense? You know what I mean? And it's like, well, it's good exposure. I'm like, yeah, if you were maybe a Mick Jagger. You know? And I'm not saying, I mean, if my friend asked me somebody like, but it should still be up to me to decide if I want to do something for free or not.
Yeah.
If somebody says, hey, I got this much, do you want to do it? I might say, I'll do it for nothing because you're a good guy. You know? Or when somebody, and I love when at the end they go, I don't do it for the cash, I do it for the money. I'm like, okay, good. Good. You know, think about it. Does anybody ever go to the dentist and like, well, you know, you did one crown, put on a couple more. I mean, you're a dentist. You do it because you enjoy it, right? No, that never happens. It never happens in any other profession that I know than music, where it's like, oh, you guys are set up already. Well, you can play a couple hours extra, right? Yeah, if you pay double. No. You know, but for some reason with music, that's like, it happens a lot. And I think it's weird. I would never do that. It's like saying, hey, would you come paint my house for fun? I mean, what's the difference? So anyway, I'm talking a lot, but it's funny, but you know. Yeah, exposure is great. It's going to help me a lot at, you know, at the cash register at the supermarket. That was on TV 8 years ago. Hasn't really happened. Any other questions? Or should I play some more?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play.
Would you be interested to just improvise over some backing track? You do whatever you want, or maybe some blues.
I might do that, but now I spent a couple of days rehearsing the stuff. That did sound better on my couch, but. But this is probably my favorite solo from the last record. If I can find it. It goes like this.
Yeah.
I like that song. Can I play it again?
Yes, please.
No, but that was all. Yes. That's why I kind of made a mistake, so I could play it again. Just turn it this way. Oh, I got scared when I saw him coming up with the cameras. Anyways, here we go. Something like that. Thank you. It was tricky. Yes?
How long does it take for you to train a solo like that? For example, that solo?
Well, now it took me some time because this was like 4 or 5 years ago I recorded and I had to figure it out again. And I always make that mistake. What one should do when you're recording and come up with something that you like, record it, like videotape it slowly. Because I listened to the record, I'm like, I know what I'm doing there, and it took me some time. But while I was recording it, I was practicing so much, and my chops were like as good as they could be, I think, at that time. So it kind of, once I knew what I wanted to do, it came pretty, I shouldn't say quick or easy. Because that was one of those songs too where I had a completely different thing. And the other guys were like, yeah, that's not good. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the best thing I ever played. No, it's not. Do it again. And then I was listening to, because I had a problem with the beginning. Coming up with that. And I was like, I had nothing for the beginning. And I was out for a walk, listening to Rush, Spirit of Radio. And I was like, open string, I gotta try that. So that's kind of how I came up with that. So I'm forever in debt to Alex Lifeson for, with inspiration for that.
What are you listening to right now? Nowadays.
Oh man, so much different stuff. The Weeknd's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I listen to the same stuff that I kind of always like. Kiss, Stones, Beatles. I love the Stones. But I like a lot of 80s like pop. Actually, like Police. I love the Police. But I also love, Ozzy and Judas Priest. Just kind of depends on the mood. But I think it's, just being open-minded and not having tunnel vision comes to music. But yeah, The Weeknd's awesome. Katy Perry, I like. She's great. And of course, all the guitar stuff. We were talking to Matt's in the car, like, Lukather's great. Oh, I love Michael Bolton. Tim Pierce from Rick Springfield, I love, Actually, I love Michael Bolton's music, I should say. That might have sounded weird. Yes, that might have sounded weird. But again, man, I like everything. But it's like, every time I put on the Stones, I feel like I want to dance. It just sounds so, like guys playing together.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have a plan for practicing warming exercises? How do you practice?
When I was young, when I was doing all the stuff Matthias was talking about before with the metronome, I used to have like a super serious practice thing. And I worked in a music store from noon to 6, so I would practice between 7:30 in the morning and 11:30, and a half an hour to get to work. And I would repeat that same thing at night. But it was like 15 minutes, warm up, chromatic stuff, then 15 minutes this. And it was, at that time, I was like a sponge for information, and I just had such a passion for it that I loved it. And I think it was very beneficial, but like, I couldn't do that now, So I have days like that when I feel like I want to, but I think too, if you do that kind of thing, like initially, you kind of get a foundation. And I think with like technique, it's kind of like, I'm only speaking for myself, but for me, it's like, if I don't use it, I kind of lose it. But it comes back fairly quickly, But I think the most important thing is to play stuff that you like and that makes you happy. Like I wouldn't maybe recommend playing something that you're like, oh, this sucks because it's supposed to be a good mechanical thing. But maybe I'm the wrong person. My technique isn't that good anymore, so maybe I shouldn't answer this question. No, but you know what I mean. Yes.
I noticed a really nice sort of development in your solos. They sound like a song in itself. So, for example, when you're crafting a solo, do you think about where the solo is going to lead, perhaps to some upper octave, or another question within that question?
That's a very good question. Yeah, it's like if you start the solo, you kind of burnt that note already. You know what I mean? You kind of want to end on that note if you're gonna. Or if you're going to start the solo with like some kind of fast run, then it's kind of like, okay, then I can't do that again. There's no wrong or right in music. It's just whatever sounds good. But I would kind of think like that.
Yeah.
Like if I started with that register, maybe then I wanted to end here, or vice versa, or something.
do you have any advice how someone can sort of practice thinking in that way, or are there any sort of exercises which one can do? How can someone inform himself how to better construct a more, so to speak, dynamic or more fluent solo without actually doing the things that you have mentioned right now? Because
I think maybe listen to Neil Sean, phenomenal guitar player.
Fair enough.
No, but I'm going to try and give a good answer. A lot of times, like if I have a trouble, I would like sing a melody or hum a melody and then figure it out on the guitar. Because it's easy, and again, speaking for myself, when I would practice so much like exercises, everything I played kind of sounded like that. And that's not strange, because you're going to kind of play how you practice to an extent. At least I did. And that's when that's when it was that thing, every lick started on one, next lick, on next one, not that there's anything wrong with that, but there's space is good in music, and dynamics, and listen to Neil Sean, Gary Moore, Steve Lukather. Yes.
You used to demo a lot of equipment for brands, and that was a good way for musicians to not just get paid in exposure. And it kind of disappeared over the past years because of the music fairs. They're kind of gone, right? But maybe from your perspective, do you still get approached to do these things, or are they like completely gone, or?
Not so. I don't get approached that much anymore, and I think also the whole industry has changed so much. It's like you could just put something. I mean, a company can post something online versus sending a guy out to one music store, and then all the cost involved, travel, lodging, But I will say that I worked for Roland Boss for a long time, and it was fantastic. I learned so much, and it was incredible to, my day job was playing guitar. And it was great. It was just me, and I could play whatever I wanted on guitar. My boss was phenomenal. So I thank the big guy upstairs every day that I got to do that.
And did you slowly see it happen, like that it disappeared, or what was it like for you?
A little bit. But when I moved back to Sweden, I kind of felt like I wanted to do something different than music, So I just, I don't mean to sound like Dr. Phil here, but I was like, I did like a 180 of my life, and it's, I haven't been this happy in a long time,
You were living in the States or somewhere?
Yeah, I did for 16 years. And it was great, I loved it. It was awesome, but it's nice, it feels nice to be home, when my family's here and my old friends. And but it was great. I would do it all over again. Got to play with my heroes, and and it was a wonderful experience. But then when I was younger too, like being at the NAMM show, stood there all day, I never got nervous because I was doing that kind of thing all the time. And also when you're surrounded by positivity, like when you feel comfortable and people tell you that you're good and this, I think of course you get more relaxed, and but versus now, like back in the day, if I would have started over a track, I would have probably, I don't know, never played guitar again. But now it's I don't care, it happens. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, completely.
Because I felt like, at the same time, like I always had to be so good, so. Whatever, some days are better than others, Yes, sir?
Over the last few, well, maybe decades, but over the last few years, I've seen a lot of new guitars come onto the scene with more technique, more complex. Do you think that all these let's say, technical developments in playing are also adding to the quality of the music, or do you think that it's more sometimes kind of like a freak show? See what I can do.
I mean, I think it's cool, and I mean, just look at Instagram. What these guys are doing, it's incredible, and I think it's cool that guitar is like in the, what do you say, forefront again, spotlight again. Yeah, thank you. Because when I was 20, like the mid-90s, songs didn't have guitar solos, you know. I was like 20 at the worst time if you wanted to be like a guitar guy. So I think it's awesome that it's back.
Yeah, to that, how did you experience that when everyone, like no one wanted solos because of grunge, but you wanted to play like that?
I just kept doing it because I was like, because that's what I was going to get to. I think you should play what you love and what makes you happy, you know, and don't care about what other people are doing. I mean, other than inspiration, it's like, I feel like I don't feel inspired. I just have to look at Instagram and I see one of those and I'm like, what happened? I want to learn how to do that. Yes, I think it's cool.
Did you get into the social media thing? Because being a guitarist now is completely different from what you described. Now you can have a YouTube channel and use endorsements and whatever. And did you do that, or did you ignore that, or?
I tried a little bit, but I'm the worst at like social media. And I know it's like that's the world we live in. That's the way it is. But like I'm terrible at posting, and because I don't know. I'd rather go for a walk. I want to live in reality, you know. Not that that's not, but that was a bad choice of words. But you know what I mean.
No, but it's the new way that for people to present themselves as good at something, and it's weird making that shift from the old world to.
And in that regard, it's phenomenal that you know you can be seen by a whole world like that. I mean, the exposure, that's fantastic. But for myself, I post every now and then. I feel like I have play something that I want to share, and then you know, it's just so much work, you know. And some people are great at it. I'm not, but I should get better. I should work on it.
Things you have done 100 times, it will be the first time for everyone else.
Yeah.
When it goes.
Yes. That is true. That is true. And I think it's a great thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I'm not good at it.
Do you offer like Skype lessons or something like that?
No. I did for a long time ago, but I haven't recently, no. And it kind of all goes with just kind of not having musical obligations. Unless Judas Priest calls. No, but
for Skype lesson.
Yeah, no, not for a Skype lesson. No. Yeah. But yeah, it's a very different world than, you know. But maybe I should play some more guitar.
Yes.
Let's see what else we have. Yes. We can try. This one I like. This one was actually very spontaneous when we recorded it. Goes like something like that. Close. that kind of stuff I really like the more kind of bluesy-ish, and I'm not a great blues player, but that kind of stuff I really like. And I think I'm going to try to play the most difficult solo I have ever played. I feel myself.
Getting warmed up.
Yes, I feel.
The coffee starts.
Yeah, kick in.
Kick in. Then the camera's not on.
Yeah. Are you behaving?
Oh, they're phenomenal. And I hope you guys are having fun. Oh, yeah. Contributing something.
That's the best. That's it.
So this is from the new record, and we'll see how it goes. I might start this one over if here's another camera right there.
I'll put it down.
And you can have the camera.
Thank you.
But there's one lick here that's so hard, but whatever, we'll try it. It's fun. And I need to practice. That was warm up.
Yes.
Thank you. It's so much easier on my couch. Yes, sir.
One question: did you have any guitar-related injuries or stuff like that? You know, or did the practice resolve that?
Not really. Thank the big guy upstairs. I have had some pain in this joint. In this, I don't mean no offense. No. I don't mean to be.
Take me back.
It's okay.
Sure.
No, but in this joint here, my middle finger, it's like some days when I wake up, it's like it kind of sticks here. I have to like, but it's not so bad. But I guess doing this for so long, so much,
Yeah.
kind of, and I always try to take it easy, like with warming up. But it's not so bad now. But when I feel like it's getting bad, I have to take a couple of days of not playing guitar. And on those days, you have sometimes your days when it's like, man, it's so hard. But then when you feel like something like that, you go, what if I never could play guitar again? And it's like, think about how wonderful it is to be able to just play guitar, So when I think of it like that, then it's like, it doesn't matter if I start a song over or not. I can still play guitar, But other than that, not so much. Yes?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, you mentioned that it's one of the most difficult solos that you've played, and obviously you've played some very difficult repertoire. So I was just wondering to get your insight on which aspects of the solo were difficult for you personally, if you can kind of go through some.
Yes. So loud. It's this lick. That lick is so hard. That's so tricky. It's so hard.
Can you break it down?
Yeah, it's I mean, it would be D for me, so I guess C sharp, right? Is that correct? So, at least I've contributed something, one lick tonight, so I feel like I can sleep well tonight. So you start with your, again, middle finger. I do. And then play a D major triad. Or what is it that they always say? 15, 16, 17, 18? No, when you watch like a lot of YouTube stuff, it's like 15, 18, 19. I'm like, what happened to A, B, C?
Yeah, exactly.
Like 15, 18, 16. But yeah, so you start on the 17th fret on the note D with your middle finger, and then you play F sharp and A on the D string, 16th and 17th fret, and then you bar with your finger. And then you go back. Exactly. And then you start over, but you go that, and then you skip to the B string, and you go 15, 19, 22. And then you bar with your pinky. Oh wait. That's the lick, so wait. So wait, you don't go back all the way to the beginning. You go like this. And then you do this skip. And that's the lick, and I think that's so hard.
Yeah, it's really taken.
It's hard, and it's so hard to get. And for me, I want to do two upstrokes, like upstroke, and then I want to hit that one with an upstroke too. So you kind of got to do.
Everybody, 3, 4.
And then it's that. And that's tricky too, because it's all tricky for me.
It's a great solo, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I'm just so happy I got through it, kind of, live. Oh, you guys, you're so kind. Any other questions? Yeah. But like those kind of bar licks, for example, it's like so much easier, I think, than sweep. Like it sounds so sweepy, but like those are way more easy to improvise. I can speak. Or those kind of licks.
Right at the beginning, you restarted the first solo because you played the arpeggio with a different fingering.
Yeah, I messed it up royally.
Because one of them was with sweeping and the other one was with some hammer-on, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the same, but like.
I think I made a mistake and I tried to cover. But those two, to combine the bar. But yeah, barring is good. Those kind of licks, I like those. Yeah, barring is good. Those kind of things. Barring with the pinky. So yeah,
Excuse me, when you bar, do you so you pick the lowest note with the upstroke and then the downstroke, the upper one, or
A lot of times, I think down, up. But a lot of, I think too, like if you go, it's easier. But the trouble then is to make like accents if you wanted to go. That's hard. If you can't do that if you just sweep, but if you just sweep, go crazy. Now I'm starting to feel warm. Now it feels kind of relaxed. I wish I could start over and feel like this. Oh, but there's so many fun things. What was that thing? I was sloppy, but. But yeah, stuff like that I love. But I was like to do that, like I just don't. It's so much work to practice.
Yeah, that's with the neoclassical shit. Turn it down a notch and do blues. It saves hours of practicing and gives maybe more pleasure.
I mean, it does for me now. Like I love that kind of. Like I was talking about Warren DeMartini from Rat, who I absolutely love. And he does a really cool, like, I give my impression of kind of, like, taking a pentatonic thing, but like kind of making it, those kind of things. I think I love that kind of sound.
Yeah, you mentioned Gary Moore, but he could a lot, but his best work is not shredding. It's more the rock pentatonic bluesy, and it's.
I mean, I think it was awesome, but like that Empty Room solo to me, this is I was a kid. It's one of my favorite solos of all time. Again, just play and have fun.
Yeah.
You know. And to me, it's like when some people go, "This is funny." Somebody goes, "Man, that was awesome." Oh, what? You didn't pick every note? It wasn't that good. Well, like, oh, you weren't sweeping? Then it didn't sound that good. You know what I mean? It's like I think it's however you get to where you gotta go, it's all good. You know. When I was young, it was like you got to pick every note, and and that for me is like a lot of work to have like. But I love the sound of it, and it feels great when you can do it. But it's like then I take 4 days off, and I come back, and it's like such an uphill thing for me. Some people can take a week off and pick it up, and it feels whatever they're playing is not much of a difference. But for me, it's very difficult. Like if I practice a ton and I feel like my chops are as good as they can be, and then I don't play for a week, it feels like I lost 70%. But I think a lot of it's mental. I don't know. Yeah.
When you have those big runs, ascending runs, are those economy picked or?
No.
Or is it just all alternate?
All alternate. Except that one run at the end of the So Good solo. That's when I recorded it, I practiced economy a ton, and I actually played. But now I play because it's easier. But I remember because I practiced it a ton. And I could get it right. And then I didn't do it for a month or two, and then I tried it and it didn't sound good. Anything else? Yes?
Can you show us a lick that you think is good, like to practice, to get like a picking, just be whatever one you think is useful, or one you used to do back in the day, or whatever?
I was thinking about that on the way here. I think, I mean, the Paul Gilbert one, is always great. Actually, this one is good. I got from the Vinnie Moore video. Those kind of things. Because you get to both string skip and it's all alternate. So it's a little bit slow. It would be B flat. It's beautiful. And that's another, like I could show you a couple of more, but that's another thing. Like I always like to practice things that sounded like musical to me. Because you're going to work on alternate picking, and this will work, I'm sure, but to go... It's kind of not that fun. And oh, I remember the one thing that was huge was when I learned to play... When we'd seen the Crossroads movie, and then I found an old guitar magazine that had that in it. Yeah, that's actually a really good string crossing exercise. So that I remember I practiced a ton. And also, open string, I think is harder.
We know.
Yeah, you know. You guys were doing that. I saw it.
Matthias always do that, and he's twisting everything around so that we don't know where we are.
Bastard.
No, I get it. Well, we do. Something like that. I mean, that's a good exercise. You know. You don't ever scream. But then at least it sounds kind of musical. Versus just going, which is good too. But you know, you could make it a little bit kind of musical. Yeah, it's just open G string between. And another lick that's hard is Thunderstruck. I mean, do that for 5 minutes, that's hard. As long as the song is. No. But I think open string licks really good for synchronization. Yes?
Did you use open strings in Fireworks lick? The song Fireworks.
Oh, Marcello Vestry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I don't remember. How did that rhythm go? Yes. And I was trying to do them everywhere, so it was like... And it fell apart.
Can you start it slowly?
Yeah, it's just open A string. Oh. It's an F sharp minor. I think, but it sounds kind of funny. Money for nothing. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's a good one. I've never gotten that question before, so thank you. Anything else? But like with picking too, I think practicing like small sections, like if there's a certain like string crossing thing that's difficult, I would just isolate that and work on that. And it's like if it's tricky to go between the first two strings, and you want to do on all 6 strings, I think it's better. Not you, but in general, it's better just isolate the treble spots. Isn't that what it's called? What everybody says. But it makes total sense because if not, I think you're wasting a lot of time, unless you're having a really good time doing it. And you have fun. But I think that's the most efficient way to do it. Like, I always wanted to get good at economy, but I could never do it. I guess it's a matter of practice, but I never could get good at that. But it's it makes the most sense. That would be the most efficient technique. If your pick is already going down, it would make most sense to keep going down. But I don't know. There's no wrong or right. It's all good. Yeah?
Have you, speaking of picking, have you checked out Troy Grady?
Yes.
Yeah, because he went down the rabbit hole for sure. For picking.
Yeah. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
All the slanting, all the things like that.
Yeah, the only thing I wonder is like, if you play something, if you play, like, you kind of, I mean, if you do it alternate, the A string is going to become an upstroke, so you kind of have to kind of tilt your pick a little bit. But when I first saw it, I was like, no, that can't be. And then I looked at my hand and I'm like, it is. No, it was incredible.